Hey, what's up? I'm Jordan. Welcome back. Recently, I've been learning a lot of different licks and ideas from different guitar players that I've kind of never learned before. And honestly, it's bringing me a new level of excitement and fun to the guitar. So today I wanted to show you 5 licks from 5 of the greatest guitar players that I've recently learned. Let's go ahead and jump into it. We're starting off with Slash. Let's check it out. All right, that lick is tricky, but Slash is incredible at these repeating licks that are super, super cool. Now, I switched guitars because that's a half step down. I wanted to show you guys it in standard because I think most of you guys are probably tuned to standard, so that's why I'm switching guitars. So let's dive into it. So this is during one of his live solos over like an A blues. So we're an A, and we're really kind of just seeing like A pentatonic blues scale. Basic little blues thing on high E, 8, 10, 8. So 8, 10, 8, like some micro bends there. And then ring finger 11, pick, hammer 12, pull off back to 11, pull off to 8. And that's kind of get us started. Really the kind of the meat and potatoes of the lick is this part. So we just did this. And from there, we're going back to 12 on the high E with our pinky. 11, pick with our ring finger. 12, and then pull off 11, 8. So. And then the last note of the pattern is 10th fret B string. And it just repeats. Actually, that second 12th fret high E, I don't know if I pick it. I don't know if he's picking or not. I don't think I'm picking it full speed. Actually, I'm going. Actually, a hammer on. So I gotta work on that myself. It's a tricky little like finger tongue twister kind of dealio, but it sounds awesome. All right, hope you enjoyed that lick. That's a pretty fun Slash pattern right there, and it sounds epic. Before we dive into lick number 2, I want to let you know that tab for today's lesson and also a bonus lick is over on my Patreon, link down below. Patreon is a great place to support me in this channel, but also gain access to tons of in-depth guitar lessons. So if you're interested in tab for today's lesson or anything else, go check out my Patreon, link down below. All right, let's check out lick number 2. This is Robben Ford. All right, this one's obviously completely different worlds, and Robben Ford's touch is insane. It's kind of hard to emulate, but it's a super cool lick nonetheless. All right, this one's really cool. It's just right there in a, like basically pentatonic blues again. But the crazy part about this is the nuance. I don't have the nuances perfectly. It's hard to emulate Robben Ford's nuances to the T. It's almost like he's doing these micro bends throughout this lick, but he's pretty much mainly just walking the pentatonic except for a few times. So D minor pentatonic position 3 right here. So that would look like this. Right? But he's starting on the D note, 5th fret A string, and it's walking up until here. That's just 5 on the A, 3, 5 on the D string, 2, 5 on the G, and then 3, 6 on the B. Literally just walking the pentatonic. Middle finger on the 4th fret high E, quick pull up, pick, pull off to 3, pinky 6 on the B, right back to the high E, 3rd fret. So we have. Now we walk back down the scale, so that's 6, 3, 5, 2, and then we get to the D string 5th fret, we do this little half step. So pick 5, quick slide to 6, back to 5, pull off to 3. Then we end off the lick by going A string 5, 3, 5. Right, and like I said, I don't have the nuances like Robben Ford, but it's a very, very cool lick nonetheless. I hope you enjoyed that. All right, the third lick for today is from Gary Moore. Let's check it out. All right, for this one, we're in A minor, and we start off with a really killer bend, and we end bluesy. It's like the perfect sandwich. We have great way to begin a lick, cool lick, ends beautifully well. So we got the whole package here. So we're in position 4 of the pentatonic kind of area. Or if you're like position 3 of the major scale or Phrygian shape, whatever you look at it, doesn't matter. That's where we're at in the fretboard at A minor. B string, 15th fret, whole step bend. And then a released, and then another bend. So one pick with a pull off the 13 there. Then that 13th fret with your first finger there on the B string slides back to 12. When we're there, we go hammer on to 13, pull off. Pick the G string, 14th fret, back to the B string, pick, hammer, pull off to 13 again. So we have this so far. And then we get this. This kind of starts this repetitive pattern he's doing right here. So what that is, that pattern, it's pick 12 of the B string, hammer 13, pull off 12, go to the G string 14th, right back to the B string 12th fret, right back to the G string 14 with a pick, and then pull off 12. And then hammer on to 14 of the G. So he kind of does that quite a few times. So we get this. Now the pattern starts. You can do that as many times as you'd like. And then to end it, he went down to the D string 14th fret, then the 12 on the G, and then he hit 14 on the G as the kind of... So we're doing that pattern, right? We want to end it, and we go... So we go down the D string 14, and then walk up G string 12, G string 14 there, and then we end with the middle finger on the 13 of the B string with a slight bend to it. All right, that's another wicked lick right there. Let's dive into lick number 4. Okay, that was absolutely insane. Let me attempt it. I just kind of cut out a little section because there's a lot going on there. But here's a little section that sounds pretty epic, stolen from that lick. All right, well, obviously there's no way I'm ever going to play it that fast as Shawn Lane, but it's still fun to check it out anyways. So what's going on here is some kind of diminished doodad, I'm going to call it. It's 12, 15, what fret is that? 18 on every string here. In this just kind of string skipping format. So we have A string going 12, 15, 7, or 18, 12, 15, 18, to G string 12, 15, 18. It's pick, hammer on, hammer on. The G string, same frets. And then you pull off, back down. Then you go to the D string 18, pick that. Pull off 15, pull off 12, hammer on 15, hammer on 18. So we have this. Now that D string is going to jump to the B string and do the same kind of idea. Right, so we have this. Then B string 12, hammer 15, hammer 18, pull off 15, pull off 12. Then we're going to go to the G string. Pick 18, pull off 15, pull off 12. Then hammer on 15, hammer on 18. Jump to the high E string, 12, hammer 15, hammer 18. Pull off 15, pull off 12. And we just do that, what we just did on the G and high E twice. So, and you can kind of end it wherever you would like. So that's the whole lick right there. So. All right, I'm going to stop there before my hand falls off. But I hope you enjoyed that one. That's a fun one. All right, lastly, lick number 5. I had to do it. I had to bring EVH into the game. But I wanted to make it a little less obvious than like some tapping lick or harmonic or whatever that he would normally do. I found this in the live solo 1986 concert. Let's check it out. It's actually not the hardest Eddie Van Halen lick ever done, but it brings together some overlooked, in my opinion, Eddie Van Halen things that he would always do. First thing is symmetrical scale shape. So the key of this, I don't know, kind of E minor, maybe. I have no clue though. So he's kind of just walking up here symmetrically on the top 3 strings, 12, 13, 15. So let's just pick hammer 13, pick 12, hammer 13, hammer 15. Pick 12, hammer 13, hammer 15. Pick the high E. Now, he might be picking all these notes, so like 12, 13, 15 on the last string. But you don't have to do that. But from that 15, we start tremolo picking. 15, up to 17, up to 19, up to 22, and then we do a whole step bend. Not the craziest thing in the world, right? But to me, Eddie's audacity to just play symmetrical scale shapes and make it sound epic is worth noting and stilling in the first place. And then tremolo picking, it's like one of the easiest and best sounding shred tools there is to use. It's just... And it's something I plan to start doing more and more because it's like one of those overlooked techniques that, because it's not the most technically or scalar, like demanding thing. It doesn't look as cool, but it sounds absolutely epic. So that's the lick right there. And I would really recommend you take those little tidbits of the tremolo picking and symmetrical scale shape. And just have fun with that. All right, I hope you enjoyed that Eddie Van Halen. Like that one has, it's a simpler one, get you in the door. It's a little less common. It's not some vague tapping thing that he does, like everybody does a lesson on. But I'm telling you, the tremolo picking and getting that going, it sounds so epic. And he used it all the time. And also those symmetrical scale shapes, particularly he loved the half whole shapes, it seems like. And he made them work and sound awesome. So I'd recommend you kind of mess around with that as well. All right, I hope you enjoyed today's video and I'll see you guys next time.